talk about Deebo Samuel, though. Deebo Samuel was a good running back in this game other than the fumble. He averaged, I mean, he got like 50 yards. He ran hard. Couldn't quite pull away. But good running back in this game other than the fumble. Got the touchdown. Disconcerting, the Niners had to give him 8 carries week 1. The whole idea was to like draft a running back in round 3 and not have to use him anyway. Also, Ty Davis-Price inactive. 2 years in a row, the running back you took in round 3 isn't even active. That's not good. But back to Deebo. Hell of a running back. What about that wide receiver stuff, though? He was an all-pro wide receiver last year. He didn't look like an all-pro wide receiver today. Today, he looked like a bad wide receiver. The third best wide receiver on the team he looked like today. He had 2 catches and 2 drops today. What is that? I don't know. I feel like the signs were there. He had a very strange offseason. He did post some workouts, but it was like a lot of like him and his friends going to the club, holding up stacks of cash to their face, being like, you know, who's there? You know, that meme where you're talking, it's like it's a phone, but it's really cash. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. That's great. But are you going to be in that tip-top shape like you were last year? Like Nick Bosa is every year? No. Not really. And what's fun, like, he's got an ego. I mean, every player does. But if this is how he's going to be playing, how quickly is he going to bail on Trey if he's getting two catches a game? I don't know. That being said, let's try to be positive here. What we learned is that there are certain things Trey Lance does very well, particularly the play action passes where the wide receiver starts on one side of the formation and runs deep across to the other side. Lance throws that with touch, accuracy, ball placement, throws it, leading the guy down the field. Deebo can run that route. Why don't you give him a chance on that as opposed to just a bunch of screens and that's it? Today, how did they use him in the passing game today? Screens, some stuff over the middle, which they shouldn't be doing, and he was a running back. That's not enough. And that's why I was kind of talking about this during training camp. Like, Deebo's having an awful training camp. Him and Trey Lance aren't on the same page. They haven't figured out how to connect. Jimmy and Deebo connected great last year because Jimmy just wanted to throw 2 or 3 routes over the middle and Deebo could run them. Now, you don't call those for Trey. It's not what you want to call for Trey. You want to get him all kind of stuff toward the sideline, down the field. Deebo can do stuff like that, but like, you weren't here. So I don't know. It's on Kyle to use Deebo like that. But frankly, I don't know. Ayuk and Ray look good on that stuff too. Kyle can do a better job getting Deebo the ball. Deebo can do a better job holding on to it. 2 drops and a fumble? Nah. That's not Pro Bowl stuff. That's an extension of the offseason you just had, which was a bad offseason. This was a bad game for Deebo. Of the people who were responsible for the loss, he was up there. His turnover in the red zone was backbreaker. Not a backbreaker, but it was crucial in retrospect. That was a great opportunity to score. First drive of the game, just had a 31-yard completion, just rolling. Early, easy opportunity to just seize momentum and never give it back. Turnover on the road. I'm going to keep talking about Deebo until he turns it around. He's so much better than this. And I don't like it when a player does this right after getting paid. Come on, man. Have some pride. Don't be that guy who gets paid and, has a down year. Nah, man. Just be Jerry Rice. Be the guy with the standard who's just always good. That's what we thought you were. That wasn't it today.